To the Batmobile. Let's go.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
Captain America said, you gotta be like me, or you're gonna wind up dead out at the end of your road. Flat road, down and tired. You sleepyhead, won't you go to bed? Let me run your line. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive, then well, will you be there holding my hand? Savior of the universe.
I'm Flamehawk, as always.
And I am the Gentleman Snark.
Sorry for that. A little bit technical difficulties to start out the morning. I hope you're doing all right, wherever you are. From Tokyo to Hartford. Wherever you are, we appreciate the listen.
Yes, we really do appreciate all the folks here listening to us here. We have a live show today, and today's show is pretty special and pretty important. But before we get into that little segment, Flamehawk, you want to open it up for us?
Everyone loves Spider-Man, right?
Well, that's a given, right?
I mean, come on. We have new news. I mean, there are rumors swinging around the web. See what I did there?
Yeah.
That the new Marvel movie will be titled Spider-Man: The New Avenger. What do you think about that?
So would this be kind of like him going to officially join the Avengers, officially be a part of S.H.I.E.L.D., or is this just like a title name like for, with Captain America, the first Avenger? So
there's really no plot yet. I'm not sure what they are planning to do. There are many different things they can go at this, but for right now, I think this is going to be a one-off, because what I definitely think might happen is they're going to kill off Peter Parker, maybe. They might, and then do the Miles Morales. If you don't know who Miles Morales is, he is the ultimate version of Spider-Man. Well, I mean ultimate as in the comic line, and he is also African-American.
But my whole issue is if they were just going, I doubt they're gonna kill off Spider-Man, because then they wouldn't make such a big deal about the casting. Because if that was the case, why not just keep Andrew Garfield in this one and just kill? If they were just gonna kill him off, I don't think they're gonna go that route.
Well, Marvel never exactly liked Garfield to begin with.
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, you would probably know more than I do. But still, though, I mean, all we really know for this movie is that it's not going to have the origin story. Since, I mean, come on, who doesn't know Peter Parker's origin story at this point? Come on now, go look it up online, folks. Seriously.
I mean, they probably should. I mean, it's been covered, even though it has changed a few times throughout the comic and movie history. It's relatively the same for the most part.
I mean, his uncle dies. Oh, spoilers. Uncle dies, and then he takes it upon himself to, with great power comes great responsibility, side tangent, I'm kind of mad they never officially put that line in the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Just my little pet peeve here, but you were saying? And
he gets bitten by a radioactive spider, hence Spider-Man. So, yeah, there's that.
So, I mean, it's kind of a straightforward thing. It's nothing too, spectacular. Hence the name, the cartoon name. I still want a season 3 by that series anyways, but side tangent there. So it's really nothing like too, spectacular, something that should be like keep rehashing over and over again. I mean, it's the same formula, just with a little bit of differences here and there. So I'm kind of happy they're skipping the origin story and just going straight into the action here. I mean, I'm really curious as to, what are they up against here? Because, I mean, they call him the new Avenger. He's going to be up against more, apocalyptic villains here. What's the end game here? Any ideas?
I don't know who they're gonna bring in next. Like, I want Doctor Doom, or I want Doom. I want Doom.
I mean, wouldn't he be more reserved for the Fantastic Four movies? Like, come on here.
I mean, I want Fantastic Four back into Marvel hands, because Fox, while they shown they can play with the X-Men, they are terrible, terrible, terrible at Fantastic Four.
Well, that's probably true, and especially this. Is this new movie by the reboot of Fantastic Four? Is this by the Is this gonna be by Fox or is this gonna be by Marvel here?
I wish it was by Marvel. If it was by Marvel, it probably would be a lot better than it's going to be.
Yeah, so we have that little debacle of a trailer to blame. We have Fox to blame for that.
Yeah.
Well,
we have you know how last week there was a casting for, or not casting, but there was a short list of actors for Spider-Man.
Yes.
Nat Wolff, The Fault in Our Stars, and also the Naked Brothers Band. I can't believe I'm saying that actually on air. That was a terrible show, by the way.
Naked Brothers Band. Hello? Hello? They still exist?
No, I mean, that's what he was known from originally.
Okay, alright.
Asa Butterfield, the guy who played Ender in Ender's Game. Tom Holland in The Heart of the Sea, Timothy Chalamet in Interstellar, and Liam James in The Killing. It looks like we have a front runner leading the pack. Asa Butterfield from Ender's Game looks to be the casting for him, unofficial yet, but there has been quotes going around saying that Marvel had always liked him since day one.
Well, I mean, I don't find that to be a bad cast by any means. I mean, Ender's Game, he was pretty good, but I always saw him, and forgive me for saying this, I always saw him for more of like the type of Artemis Fowl type of role, because I mean, I'm still kind of waiting for an Artemis Fowl movie, because I've read the books, listened to the audio novels, and all that stuff. I am kind of a fan of Artemis Fowl, and I've always saw the actor for Ender's Game playing an Artemis Fowl role. So for him to play more of an action, physical role like Spider-Man, I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out. Do you have any hopes, doubts? What do you think?
I think he's going to be alright, because remember, it's not just Spider-Man, it's Peter Parker.
Well, yes, that is true. We gotta keep in that duality here.
I mean, it's hard to walk the fine line between Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I mean, I think if you mix the Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker and Garfield Spider-Man, you'd have the ideal Spider-Man casting.
Well, that is true, but I mean, remember, we also have to look at the fact that Peter Parker is a nerd, and I'm kind of on the fence to see whether this guy can pull off the nerd role. What's your opinion on this?
I think he probably can. I mean, by his looks, he does kind of look nerdy, so I think he is small, and he does look young for his age, so there could be that for the nerd factor.
Personally, I think they'd have to do something about the hairdo first. I mean, the hairdo would have to be a little bit of remodeling here to really fit that role for me. But on to some other news here. Mighty Number 9, the video game, has been delayed until fall with physical releases. It's set to come out in North America on September 15th and come out to the rest of the world on September 18th. The game will debut for PC, Mac, Linux, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Wii U, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on September 15th. And the portable versions for the Nintendo 3DS and the PlayStation Vita will soon follow suit after that. And the publisher, which is Deep Silver, has announced that there's going to be many DLCs that are going to allow the players access to, extra unlockable stages and also unlock the main protagonist's rivals. So if you don't know, Mighty Number 9 is basically a reboot or a successor to the original Mega Man series. Not Battle Network, not Star Force, even though I kind of think they should continue off of that series, my personal favorite. It's just the original platforming Mega Man, original Mega Man games, Rockman, or how they call it in Japanese here. So, yeah, nice to see that Mighty Number 9 is going to be making a huge release. It's going to be a huge release. Hopefully, from the looks of the trailers and how the gameplay is, it's It looks very nice graphics wise, and it's nice revamp. So have you seen Mighty Number 9 or heard of it at all, Flamehawk?
I would like to say I have, but unfortunately I have not.
So yeah, but have you at least seen the original Mega Man series? Like,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that is a must for any anime fan.
so yeah, the original Mega Man video game series here. So yeah, it's a nice platform. So it's nice to see it's getting a bit of a big reboot here. Kind of interested to see how the I mean, they managed to raise $3.5 million for the campaign. So obviously there's a solid following for the series, and it hasn't even been officially released yet. So hopefully we'll see some big numbers when it comes out here. Oh yes, and in other news, Bandai Namco Games has began streaming the introduction for their upcoming game, Pokken Tournament the fighting game. Oh yeah, and if you haven't noticed, Pokken is kind of a pun for Pokemon mixed with fist. The Japanese word for fist, Japan. So in their one of their trailers that was released, I believe yesterday, they released they released Gengar. Gengar's whole tutorial trailers, all that stuff, his fighting, his combos, and his Mega Evolution is also going to be within the game. And I gotta say, it was kind of very interesting to see, especially when he can fight with his tongue as well. I found that to be a bit comical. If you want to look at the trailer for Gengar for this Pokken Tournament fighting game, you can look on our Twitter page when it was just posted up this morning, or you can look on Bandai Namco Games on YouTube. It's a very interesting trailer here. I would recommend you check it out. The playable characters for the game so far are, one, Gengar. 2 is going to be Lucario, Gardevoir, Suicune, and Pikachu. And the support Pokemon to play the assist you in the battles are going to be Emogla, Lapras, Snivy, Frogadier, Eevee, and Fennekin. So basically, it's kind of like a typical standard fighting game, except with Pokemon. So there's going to be gauges there to fish to the first. There's going to be 2 phases in the battle. Basically it's going to be them fighting, getting up special meter burns, all that kind of stuff to do special moves. So I'm kind of in the fighting game scene, mostly with Smash Bros here. But Flamehawk, what do you think of a fighting game of Pokemon?
I don't know. I think it might be good, but at the same time, it might be bad.
How so?
Like, if you take a franchise everyone loves, and you kind of do a half job, then it's not gonna be that great.
Well, that is true. But, in a sense, they kind of test the waters for the Pokken Tournament, because I don't recall what it was called, but I believe way back there was a 2D version of this type. There was a 2D version of this game where where you can fight as Pokemon, and I believe the playable characters there was Gengar, Blaziken, and Snorlax. Yeah, I can't recall the name of it, but it was it was kind of a 2D downgrade version of what Pokken Tournament is trying to be. So, yeah, that game had a decent following too. Saw it on a lot of streams. A lot of people were playing it at the time. So, it's not like there isn't going to be a fan base for this game. The fan base is definitely there. It's just, waiting to, get their hands on this, cuz I'm certainly looking forward to it. I'm keeping an open mind here. The game's also going to come up with online play too. It's going to be keeping online records as well. Not quite any word yet as to when it's going to be released, but yeah, keep your eyes out for a Pokken Tournament, the fighting game. So back to you, Flamehawk.
Last week we saw the Jared Leto Joker. Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan. It looks like a Marilyn Manson groupie.
So you don't like the costume? You don't like how he's going to be playing the Joker in this?
I don't like the way he looks as the Joker. I go look online to see how he looks, but he does not look like the Joker. He looks like a Marilyn Manson groupie.
Well, in my opinion, he definitely has the insanity look down.
True.
You have to give him that. He definitely has the insanity look down. But, the tattoos thing, is kind of wondering if he was going with more of a Frank Miller type of Joker here.
I can see that happening, but that's never really been my favorite incarnation of him.
Yeah, I mean, he's been more homicidal maniac and not so much. And when I mean homicidal maniac, I know that's what the Joker is, but he hasn't been, the Joker, the clown prince of chaos. We don't get much of the clown antics in that one. At least that's in my opinion. He's more crime boss, stabby, kill, all that kind of stuff. Which, I mean, that, once again, like I said, that is the Joker. But when you get rid of the clown aspect of it, it's kind of just watching a common thug here, like probably the Kingpin or something. And I mean, come on, if we wanted to see the Kingpin, we'd all watch Daredevil. Am I right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm not the only non-fan of this. There was a video that went viral Saturday about Jack Nicholson and his reaction to it.
And how'd that turn out? Because I didn't see that.
He cried when he opened a fan letter that contained the image.
I mean, Jack Nicholson played Joker before, right? Correct?
Yes, back in the 90s with Tim Burton.
Yeah, I remember his rendition of the Joker was very interesting for its time. Not bad. I mean, he was pretty good for its time here. But, so he actually cried. Were they tears, were they laughing tears or genuine tears of sadness?
They were sadness, I believe.
Jack Nicholson crying tears of sadness. Wow, I gotta look up this video myself.
So there's that, yeah.
So I mean, personally, my personal favorite of the Joker was the one from, I believe, Batman Begins? Or was it The Dark Knight Rises? I can't recall. Do you remember which Joker that was?
Not offhand.
So, yeah, that Joker, basically the why so serious? Yeah, that one so far in that has been my favorite Joker to be portrayed in the big screen here.
I don't know, I think mine probably would have to be Nicholson. I'm decent fan of him, and I liked his rendition of that.
Well, yeah, you gotta love classics here, folks.
Well, anyways, back to you.
Alright. Okay, Marvel fans, we need to have a serious talk. Recently, there's been a kind of a big backlash here because Captain America and Hawkeye and their actors Chris Evans and Jeremy Renner.
Yep.
Yes, they have been chewed out because they had said quite disreputable comments towards Scarlett Johansson's character, the Black Widow, and a lot of people have chewed them out and complained for it and forcing them to apologize for it. Personally, they have stated before that they were talking about the character and not the actress. So they were talking about Black Widow, not Johansson. So personally, to have such a backlash of fans to complain about this is really kind of boggling to me. I mean, even their apology, even the actor's apologies, I believe it was Jeremy Renner that just said, I wasn't so sure that many people would become that, upset over, a fictional character, but he apologized anyways. I was sensing a bit of sarcasm in that, because, I mean, come on, folks. I mean, let's be real here. I mean, they were clearly talking about the character. Now, if they were talking about the actor, that would be a different story here. But, I mean, personally, I kind of think the fan reaction towards this was a bit ridiculous here. What do you think, Flamehawk?
I think the exact same way. I mean, while some fans believe and take the character to heart, at the end of the day, it's a fictional character. It really does not matter at the end of the day. I mean, I enjoy Marvel Comics probably more than most people here at WestCon, but there are a lot of things that you can't take too seriously.
I see. That's exactly my point. And it only gets worse. It only gets worse because another incident that happened within the Marvel movie universe is that Robert Downey Jr., when he was going on Channel 4 to promote the Age of Ultron movie, when he was being interviewed, he walked out on an interview because the interviewer, whose name escapes me, asked him some inappropriate questions about his past. And honestly, I'm trying to think, why would you bring that up in an interview, especially when it had nothing to do with him personally? It was just strictly to promote the movie here. So I'm kind of wondering as to what brought that on. Were they trying to purposely get a reaction out of him? What do you think was in their minds, Flamehawk?
I think they were trying to get an exclusive kind of thing going on so they can get their name recognized in the public. So, I mean, it worked.
Yes, infamously.
So there's that. I don't know why. I mean, we all know that RDJ has a bad history. I mean, but who doesn't? I mean, everyone has things in their closet that they'd like to get rid of, and I'm no exception to that rule.
Neither am I. So to see this, I'm just happy that a lot of that show the goodness in our fan base, saying that we're actually trying to support and we're on Robert's side in this. So, personally, I think the interview was kind of out of line, especially to do that over that was a live interview, correct?
Yeah.
So yeah, to do that over a live interview was kind of a bit out of hand, in my opinion. So.
I mean, it goes against the journalism code of ethics, which is, if you're a journalist, is not something to break.
So yeah, there's that news here. So oh yes, for all you Persona 4 fans, Persona 4 Dancing All Night will include a woman swimsuit set DLC available for the first printing of the game. That's going to be on June 25th. So basically, if you haven't known, Persona 4 isn't quite done milking off the spin-offs quite yet. Their last spin-off, I'm assuming, Dancing All Night, is going to be coming on June 25th, and for those who buy it on the day it comes out, are going to get a free DLC of the woman's swimsuit set, which is going to be featuring Chiyo Satonaka, Naoto Shirogane, Yukiko Amagi, and Rize Fujikawa, I believe that's her last name. So, yes, it's going to be featuring them in swimsuits and bikinis, and Naoto in a school one piece. So, there's that here. For those who don't who don't buy the game when it comes out, you can still get it you can still get the DLC on the PlayStation Network, except then you'll have to actually pay for it. And sad face. So, yeah, I'm not going to really get into Persona 4 Dancing All Night because, it's just a typical rhythm game. It's just them trying to milk off the Persona 4 series since it's been so widely received. For those of you who played the entire Persona Q story all the way to the end, have to admit that was just the story was kind of a giant cash grab because, spoilers, they basically forget their memories at the end, so it's not like anyone remembered anything. It's not like it's not like it was transported to the Arena series. It was just kind of a giant cash grab. At least that's my opinion. Some people may disagree, but that was my opinion. So Persona 4 Dancing All Night, I kind of have the same views. It's kind of a bit of a cash grab. If you like rhythm games and you like the Persona 4 series, go after it. The one good thing about it is that for those who buy it, you can get the Persona 5 soundtrack. So there's also that. So, yes.
Coming up next, we will be having our giveaway to the CT Horror Fest. So, hold on.
I'm a firefighter.
A teacher.
I'm a farmer. I'm a barber.
A waitress.
A mom.
We're all part of your community. Every day we move in and out of each other's busy lives.
It's easy to take for granted all the little moments that make up our everyday.
Some are good,
others not so much.
But that's life. It's when you experience a moment of uncertainty, something or someone's behavior that doesn't seem quite right.
These are the moments to take a pause.
Because if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not.
It's not about paranoia
or being afraid.
It's about standing up and protecting our communities.
One detail at a time.
Because a lot of little details can become a pattern.
We
trust our instincts.
Just like you should.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
And we're back. Thank you for listening to EMW on WXCI 91.7 FM Danbury.
So, yes, now we're going to be doing our giveaway to tickets to the CT Horror Fest. So, yes, I hope all of you kept up with the Thriller Bark arc on One Piece. So, take it away, Flamehawk.
We're going to be playing a laugh, and if you know who it is, feel free to take a guess. I hope we've been putting it out on our social media page that WXCI has partnered somewhat with the CT Horror Fest, and we were lucky enough to be the ones to distribute, or one of the ones to distribute. Here's the laugh, and if you know it, call 203-837-9924. Again, the number 203-837-9924.
So that was the laugh, folks. So if you know this who's laughing, feel free to call the number and give us a call and let us know. And if you're correct, you are going to win those tickets to the CT Horror Fest. So what was the number again?
203-837-9924.
So yes, folks, feel free to give us a call. Once again, remember we gave you a hint, and so hope you all know the answer. We're waiting your call. So now let's get on the task of One Piece. And when I mean One Piece, let's talk about that latest chapter. Spoilers, by the way, for all you anime onlys. So basically, to put in how I felt about the latest chapter, the return of Nightmare Luffy is basically what I got from that chapter. What do you think of Gear 4, Flamehawk?
I don't really know what... it might be going a little bit too far, in my opinion.
Oh, how so? Care to elaborate?
Just because I don't exactly want him to become as OP as other anime characters. Goku.
I mean... it's not that he's OP yet. I mean, because remember, with all Luffy's gears, there's always some kind of drawback. We just don't know the drawback for Gear 4 yet. I mean, the whole idea of him increasing his muscles and whatnot, this was speculated a lot by many of the fan base, because we have Gear 2nd, which deals with blood flow, and we have Gear 3rd that deals with, balloon of, like, blowing up his bones. So Gear 4th becoming like a muscle balloon and turning him into Bounce Man, it's really, it wasn't that big of a surprise to the fan base. Many expected this. I myself also expected this, but man, was that a fight to see, giving Doffy the two-piece. And what did you think of that comeback?
I mean, that was probably one of the best fights in One Piece, at least in my opinion.
I mean, a lot of people are expecting this to be as good as the Luffy versus Lucy fight here. So the expectations are high, and the expectations are going to need to be met here.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be one of the best fights, at least at this stage of the game.
Unfortunately, there's not going to be any follow-up chapter this week for any of the shonen mangas, because this is Golden Week over in Japan, so we'll have to wait till next week again. Yes, I know. First getting a teaser, then the chapter, and then we getting another tease. It's really heartbreaking to hear, but I mean, come on though, Gear 4th, what did it really disappoint? A lot of people are disappointed by how Gear 4th looked, because a lot of people were expecting a more slimmer, muscular look. And personally, I kind of expected just this. I mean, he turned into pretty much a gorilla here. And I mean, it is Monkey D. Luffy. Come on, he is goofy, he's silly, but I mean, come on, at the end of the day, he's serious about becoming king of the pirates here. So what did people really expect here? I mean, personally, I thought this didn't really disrespect the character at all. I thought this really did fit Luffy's character. So what do you think? Do you think this fit Luffy's character, or?
Yeah, I definitely think it fits his character. I just don't know how, like, if you push over one domino, I don't know how the other domino will go. Like, I don't know, I don't want 10th gear and just him becoming like some like OP character again, like Goku.
Well, yeah. That is to be a bit concerning here, but who knows? I mean, I believe it was confirmed in one of the SBSs a while back that there's going to be more. There's going to be several gears coming out, so Gear 4th won't be the end all to be all. So we'll potentially see a Gear 5th, because a lot of people are speculating, because since when Luffy created Gear 2nd, he already had Gear 3rd in his back pocket. So a lot of people are debating that since he has Gear 4th, does he already have Gear 5th in his back pocket here? That's a lot of speculation here on that point here. But so if you haven't already, I recommend you go read that One Piece chapter. It's trust me, you want to see this Gear 4th, the return of Nightmare Luffy, or how I personally like to call him, Gorilla Luffy. So while we're on the whole One Piece news, the official website for the One Piece franchise has revealed on Monday that the Universal Studios in Japan will begin a One Piece theme live show this summer in the theme park's Waterworld stage. And I've actually seen the video, and feel free to go look at the video, folks. We'll try to get this up on our Twitter page later for those of you who want to look at it. But for those of you out there, go search out and look for this video. But it's basically a live action. It's going to be focusing on basically like the bond between the three brothers. The three brothers would be Ace, Luffy, and Sabo. So if you look at it, the live action looks pretty well, because there's going to be Law, there's going to be Luffy, there's going to be Doflamingo, there's actually going to be Ace in there too. And I don't think Ace is going to be a ghost. I think he's going to have like, a tangible existence within the live action show here. So it's nice to see. So basically it's going to be like a stage play here. So and a lot of stage plays have been coming out for animes lately here, so seeing One Piece actually get one is not that surprising, but it's going to be interesting to see here. The official website is going to be selling limited amount of tickets between May 15 and May 21st, and the tickets are going to be costing 1,980 yen, which is going to be about $16 US. So yeah, the show's gonna be going on sale to the general public on like May 25th. So yeah, that's gonna be the theme for summer for One Piece here. So back to you, Flamehawk.
That definitely does sound interesting. Last night on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we saw a direct pipeline to Avengers: Age of Ultron. We saw the Loki's spear in details as Coulson got it, and it as people know, it does contain the Mind Stone. You do know the Infinity Gems. I'm pretty sure if you've watched any of the MCU movies, they are basically were around before the universe and are more powerful than anything else in the universe, and are going to be the main focus point until the end of probably the third installment of the MCU. There was an indirect mention of Ultron, and Coulson says, "Time to bring in the Avengers," and they are on their way to inspect what is going on with the twins, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
Well, that seems like a giant nod to the movie here. So yeah, I mean, there's always been a history of series, always, like, whenever a series is linked to a big upcoming movie, they always have to give a bit of a nod or a cameo to the main flick to, boost up sales here. So, yeah, it's nice to see that there's, they're keeping everything is, like, connected type of thing within their series. So, that's nice to see here.
Yes, that definitely is. Also, on news on X-Men, after the second Wolverine movie, I think it's Wolverine 3 technically, and X-Men Apocalypse, the current universe is ending. Bryan Singer is leaving, and as the series end as well. I'm not sure what is going on, how the movie for Gambit and Deadpool will be affected, or anything with the Fox rights to it, but that's it for right now, and that's all I have for you. I will get back to you on more information to come.
So basically, for the next upcoming X-Men films, there'll be like reboots or so?
No, they rebooted it's going to be a totally separate thing with probably a separate direction on a different storyline.
Well, let's see. They're moving on a bit. I mean, the more things stay, the more things change, the more things stay the same. So nice to see that. And on my end, Mad Men Entertainment began streaming the English subtitle to the Attack on Titan live-action movie. Their Facebook page has revealed that they will be screening the movie as in New Zealand and in Australia this year. along with the second movie, when the second movie is going to be called Attack on Titan: End of the World. So the first movie will release on August 1st, and the second movie will open on September 19th here. So it's kind of interesting to see how the movie is already getting a bit of a sequel here. And the live action movie, I mean, a lot of the fans over here is a bit skeptical about the live action, especially since, well, one, the actor who portrays Armin does not have blonde hair, and two, there's no Levi, and personally I kind of think Levi is one of the characters that makes the show here. So any opinions on this?
I heard news about that happening, and I don't know. I don't know how I don't even know how they're going to pull off the Titans.
Well, the CGI effects, they have released trailers of the CGI effects of the Titans, and I will say they look very convincing. They look very good. They're not gaudy, not overdone. They look very, realistic, very convincing. So, yeah, in terms of that aspect, they do definitely deliver here. So, we just need to see how they're going to portray the action. That's the main thing people are going to be thinking about here.
Definitely impressive. I didn't think they'd be able to pull that down with such ease.
Well, relative ease.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks very interesting here, and I might try to give the movie a quick view if it ever comes over into the States. So yeah, because I mean, the hype is real, so I kind of want to see, because honestly, when Attack on Titan came on, I never really got on the hype. I mean, it was a good series, but worth all the hype people got? I mean, look at Sword Art Online. People got hyped over that, and look what happened to that now.
I think SAO2 is better, though, just in my opinion.
Well, yeah, that's a given here. I also agree SAO2 was better, but that's a digression for another time.
And now on to the Comic Cascade. The reason we have our show on Friday is partly due to it being New Comic Book Release Day.
You mean Wednesday?
Yes, Wednesday. All the days blend into together, so there's that. Batman 40, that is probably the headline for today, with Batman risking everything against the Joker. And this will be the end of the Batman, the storyline. Also, Convergence, that continues today. We've got Blue Beetle #1. I can't exactly, we don't have time to go into the history of the Blue Beetle, except for he has a long and sketchy past, jumping around from publisher to publisher and company to company, due to... I don't exactly know the reason due to be truthfully honest with you. But he is a good, and it does focus on the convergence aspect of him. On the Marvel side of things, we have the Avengers #44. This will be the final issue in the series before the Secret Wars hits. And Secret Wars is hitting relatively soon, with it coming sometime during May. Also, look out for next week, when there's many more comics that are better than this week.
So, that's it for the comics here?
Yep, and not exactly a strong day, but it's, everything's focusing on probably the, movie side and television side of things.
Well, that is true here. I mean, DC has to catch up a lot because Marvel's still whipping them. So, come on, DC, gotta pick up the slack here. We're all waiting for that Justice League movie here, and that Superman v Batman better deliver. I'm just saying, DC.
And Suicide.
Oh yeah, that's Suicide Squad too.
Can't forget that.
Yep. I mean, Marvel is trying to counter with the Sinister Six, correct?
No, that was Fox.
Oh, that's Fox. Oh, never mind then.
That's probably not going to happen now.
Well, that's disappointing. But hey, we also got DC. Ha ha! I mean, let's see. DC's latest animated movie was going to be Batman versus Robin. Haven't quite seen the movie in its entirety, but I have seen clips, and so far it's pretty much a direct sequel off of the Son of Batman. So I am looking forward to watching it whenever I manage to find time and get the chance. So it does look interesting. Apparently, they're going to be featuring the Court of Owls, which was an interesting arc there. But going to the Marvel side of things real quick, Have you heard that the directors of the Lego movie are going to be doing an animated film of Spider-Man? Have you heard of that?
I did hear about that.
And what's your take?
Though I did not like the Lego movie, they have done other things like the Jump Street series, which is relatively good.
I mean, personally, I didn't care much for the Lego movie. I mean, I tried watching it, and halfway through the movie, I had to get up and just say, done, and walk out the movie theater. I don't know. Those types of movies just never really appealed to me, but I've never really watched the Jump Street series either, surprisingly. But, I mean, from what I've heard, I mean, it managed to get a sequel, so it has to be good, and a lot of people have nothing but, good, decent stuff to say about it, so... I mean, it shows that they can work well with both action and comedy, so which to an extent is what Spider-Man is. So, working on it for an animated flick here, it's the expectations are high, but the possibility of them pulling it off is very high as well. So, I mean, there's always that. Do they have if there's any news on like a voice cast or any such thing?
No, I have not heard any news about that.
Well, it's still early because didn't they say they're going to release this in 2016?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they go with the current animated Spider-Man, to be truthfully honest.
So basically, Drake Bell.
Yeah, I think he would probably be a decent pick for that.
So yeah, there's that. Oh, and on the anime side of things here. DBZ, the saga is going to continue. Akira Toriyama has announced that he's going to be working directly on some more animes to Dragon Ball Z. It's going to be coming out July 18th here. And from what I've saw from some of the pictures and what people are talking about, they've got the characters, the Saiyans, they got their tails back. So I'm kind of interested to see what this new story will entail. Now, a lot of people are a bit debating whether is this going to be Akira Toriyama being serious, or is this going to be like Akira Toriyama doing like certain jokes like, panty shots or whatnot, stuff like that. I mean, hopefully he brings us he brings us the action, the awesome fight scenes that we all know and love. I mean, come on. Goku versus Frieza, the longest shonen battle out there, but it is a classic. I really hope he brings us that type of entertainment. Hopefully not as long, but you get what I mean here. So, what do you think about this, Flamehawk?
Exactly. I'm happy in this because the DBZ Super is the first installment in the series in about 18 years. So,
and yeah, we're not counting the Kai series because personally, I'll be honest with you, the Kai series I just never really cared for it that much.
This is more directed to DBZ instead of DBGT.
Well, yeah, GT wasn't. I mean, Toriyama did do a bit of a helping hand, but he never was directly hands-on the series. So, as far as I'm concerned, GT is kind of like the whole Dragon Ball series illegitimate child at this point. So
yeah, I can definitely see that.
So yeah, yes, for all you fans out there, Super Saiyan 4 is not canon. Get over it.
Anything else?
No, that seems to be it on my end. I mean, the anime news here. I mean, a lot of big news out there here. So yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be on my end too. Thank you for listening to this exciting special episode of EMW. We thank you for listening. And remember, this week we launch our website, nerdvotaku.com. So catch up on all the news there while we are not here.
It's going to be releasing on May 1st, right?
May 1st, which is this Friday. So if you want to check that out, go ahead.
Feel free to give us all the support and give us all your feedback and opinions on our Twitter page, which is going to be East Meets West at Meets West here, and you can also find our Tumblr page there as the link to our Tumblr page as well. And care to share us our email?
Our email is emw917fm@gmail.com.
So yeah, if you have if you want to give any feedback or any fan letters or just want to give some appreciation or whatnot, feel free to contact us on those social mediums there. So, as always, I am the Gentleman Snark.
And I am Flamehawk. You want to run through what we have for the upcoming week? And
Sure, you take it away.
remember that this Saturday we will be launching our third annual, third
Weekly Toonami preview?
Weekly Toonami preview. It has garnered pretty decent amount of steam right there, so I jump on board and read it for yourself before you watch it on Adult Swim.
Also, we're also going to be releasing individually our Toonami Dream lineup, shows that we wish Toonami would show on there. And personally, I got a list, folks. Boy, do I have a list.
I have a list too. Some from the past and some from the current that has not been reached yet.
I mean, personally, I think Toonami should really jump on their licensing and get some big shows out there, because what they have now is fine. But personally, there are some shows, in my opinion, that's kind of gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, there's some shows that they're just repeating just for
the heck of it. So.
Yeah.
So, anything else for us?
Oh, that's it for us.
So, yes, once again, I am the Gentleman Snark.
And I am Flamehawk.
So, as always,
Stay classy, Danbury.
see ya.